Dire team ban.
Outworld Devourer.
Dire team pick.
I speak for the trees.
Dire team pick.
Vengeful spirits.
Radiant team pick.
Enchantress.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Hello guys and welcome back. We're here again. WePlay Season 3. We had one game postponed, Navi against Hellraisers. Hellraisers cannot play today or for the next couple of days, so they've pushed their games back a little bit. But we've got Tornado.RoX going up against Power Rangers. And a best of one for you, as well as another European game in a couple of hours and an American game later on tonight at around midnight. But without further ado, let's head ourselves into this draft, because it's progressing very quickly. They've just spam banned out a bunch of heroes. They've picked up some things they think are a little bit overpowered and got ourselves into the game. And welcome in my co-commentator, Heen. This is completely different to Southeast Asian Dota, huh?
Yeah, I think it's been a while for me that I've casted a European game, and it's kind of like, it's hard to get used to, you know? It's like, I've been casting so many C games, and I'm casting a European game. It's been almost 2 weeks, and right off the bat, it's just like, you know, Nature's Prophet here, OD here. Usually in Southeast Asia, I think teams are more conservative. They wait for like a good chance to pick these heroes. Maybe not Nature's Prophet. That hero right now, it's like flexible enough that most teams can first phase pick it and just kind of mold it into whatever playstyle they need. But yeah, I really like the Nature's Prophet these days because you can play super aggro with it. You can just go late game. You can rat. It really shows the team's colors of whoever's playing the Nature's Prophet.
Very versatile hero. Now add in the Vengeful Spirit with the Aura, the Howl. We've got good pushing power, good lane control as well. Ember Spirit for Power Rangers, straight out there. So Enchantress, OD, Ember. I mean, this could be their tri-core setup. Could be Enchantress roaming around in the 4 spots. I'm not quite sure exactly where they're heading with that yet. But the bans out. Chen and Wisp up against Power Rangers taken out with the Broodmother and Void also banned. Lone Druid, Earth Spirit, Witch Doctor, and Death Prophet are the bans chosen by the Rangers of Power. But Tornado.RoX, they've got Puck for BZZ, he's been performing very well on that. Vengeful Spirits, more likely than not going to be that support role. I mean, Tron, you know, is good with the hero, is pretty versatile with his good old carry pickups. But Ghost Stick, Nature's Prophet, no big surprises there. Power Rangers, OD mid, Ember safe lane. That's going to be an interesting one. I mean, OD against Puck. Puck has shown that with phase shift you can lane against that OD, and it's been really kind of magical to watch over the past month or so, especially. You know, OD came out and people started saying, "Oh God, he's massively overpowered. This guy's ridiculously good." Like, yeah, yes, he's a strong hero. But people have been finding ways to deal with him in lane. You know, the Invoker Forge Spirit early on, instead of going for Alacrity, was kind of one of the first things. People started picking Queen of Pain against OD, just because she outranges him so massively and can kind of harass him down with Shadow Strike. Puck is the similar kind of story. Outranges OD, has a way to dodge the orb attacks from the Outworld Devourer, and also does a lot of magic damage in a short period of time back into him, really make him worry about his standing in the lane. But Tornado.RoX, where do we go from here? We've actually seen this kind of lineup already, and oh my god, okay, that's a Phantom Assassin out of nowhere. I mean, do you remember what I was saying the other day about if it was a European team? I can't remember what game it was, but there was a situation where it was two Southeast Asian teams were playing against each other, and SEA teams don't pick PA, but European teams, it just comes out of nowhere. All of a sudden, Phantom Assassin straight face.
Yeah, when you mentioned PA, I kind of thought it was a random hero to mention, like, why out of the blue PA, but like, this kind of like proves your point. PA, pretty good against Power Rangers heroes. OD, very awkward here to get NKB, and relies a lot on the the Arcane Orb to connect. So, I mean, the Ember Spirit is going to have to like control the PA, but then Ember Spirit has to go like Battle Fury. Usually he wants crit over NKB, but in this game, these heroes might be forced to adjust their item builds. So the Venge is going to be the support as we assumed.
And the Spirit Breaker picked up, and I'm still unsure. Like, it could be offlane Spirit Breaker, it could be a roaming one, kind of charging around looking for things. It could be dual lane Spirit Breaker plus Enchantress in the offlane, and then you have a secondary support just to keep the Ember Spirit happy down on bot. But Tornado.RoX, they need that fifth and final hero to be another support, potentially to roam around with the Venge, or they need someone to keep the PA alive. Now, Omni Knight is the big one that comes to mind for me. Omni Knight against OD is pretty damn good, against Ember Spirit is amazing, against Spirit Breaker Enchantress is pretty sweet as well. You know, that Repel, you don't care about Untouchable anymore. Put it on the PA, keep her up and running. There's also, you know, things like Abaddon, Witch Doctor is gone, so there's no heal out of that one. But yeah, I actually think I think the Omni is probably the best pick here for Tornado.RoX.
The support Omni then. The lanes would be sort of weak, I guess. Venge, Omni, PA. It could be surprisingly strong because PA. I'm not sure how like most PAs play it, but I think the Venom Orb with PA is really strong. It slows for so much, and then you have like an Omni who can potentially get a point into Dejanora, and you're slowed. You're super slowed.
Not going anywhere.
Yeah. I was gonna say maybe they could pick also some kind of support that adds AoE damage on top of the Puck's Stream Coil, because so far they're pretty single target based for Tornado. So you have a Dream Coil, and for it to not really connect into something big is sort of a waste. It doesn't have to always follow up with something big, but you know, like Puck AA, that's a classic. It's pretty strong.
If you go for AA, then you've got that Chilling Touch on it as well, but it's Skywrath Mage. More aggressive power and good against the Enchantress. The silence is pretty sick against this Ember Spirit. Keep him on lockdown during the team fights or any little pickoffs you run into. Power Rangers though. You've got a relatively squishy lineup outside of the Spirit Breaker. You've got some heal from the Enchantress. All of this just points at raw damage output from Power Rangers. They'll go for a little more tankiness and a little more chasing power. As Night Stalker's taken up, so it's Spirit Breaker and Enchantress as their supports. Interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed. I was almost gonna say during the second phase where Spirit Breaker was picked that Enchantress Spirit Breaker duo might be a bit awkward, because then I mean, Spirit Breaker needs some items. You can't just have a complete 5-position Spirit Breaker. I've seen PPD do it, and some other players play like the Ward Bitch Spirit Breaker, but it's hard to play. And I mean, Enchantress, if she's gonna utilize the jungle, then she might as well kind of play a bit greedy, you know, get that early power tread so she can make up for her lack of stats. But we'll see how this goes. My initial impression is that Tornado have to play really carefully in terms of like team fights. You already see Power Rangers have like these manly heroes like Spirit Breaker, Night Stalker, Ember Spirit to some extent at different points of the game can just lead the charge with Flame Guard on, and they're mostly squishies on Tornado.RoX. I mean, Skywrath is gonna just die to 2 nukes. Venge a bit more tanky, but Puck. I mean, Puck is always like, it depends. It's a skill thing, right? You have to be able to dodge these things and, you know, juke. OD? Yeah, OD?
Is
Is he?
playing here for Keanu. He's spotted out. Wait, hang on a second, Yol. No, the stun not launched, and they don't get the pick off there that they maybe could have tried for. There's going to be a rise mid on the Ember Spirit. Pulled a couple of tangos with his poor man shield, dealing with the puck towards mid lane. J4 supports Spirit Breaker with Big Num backing him up. And Cheshire Cat, the offlane Night Stalker, while Keanu looks like he's solo down here for now in a 1v1 against, I assume it's going to be Nature's Prophet. But the great thing here is, Tornado.RoX, now they've seen the OD, they could theoretically, if they wanted to, put two heroes bot against him, 3 heroes bot if they really wanted to, and then send the Nature's Prophet top, and it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Ghostic is heading up towards top lane, realizing the threat of this potential duo or tri-lane from Power Rangers, but also realizing the weakness of OD in lane. Level 1 OD cannot withstand this damage. You know, the PA dagger, the arcane bolt, and this vengeful stun. Really just going to rip him to shreds. I don't know what J4 can do. He's not a great support here on a defensive dual lane. He's going to charge around and just get in the way, trying to bully people out, but he's going to have to tank a lot of damage.
Is extremely poor too. No stout shield, like just 3 sets of tangos. 3 charges of tangos rather. Normally if you have like a stout shield start on a Spirit Breaker, at level 1 he's probably much not going to die, but even Spirit Breaker with these items, it can potentially die.
Keanu already stunned up down to half HP, and his arcane orb's going to keep flowing, except the great Astral Imprisonment, perfect targeting. Realizing the threat from RMN Scarth Mage. But the trouble is already here. He's going to have to salve up. Not even a minute into this game, the laning stage barely starts, and he's already half dead. Let's have a look at these other lanes then. So Ghosting up at top is in a 1v1 against Cheshire Cat. Night Stalker against Nature's Prophet. Mid, Arise. Ember Spirit up against BZZ's Puck. Does have a good high ground observer ward here, watching across, but so does Puck. Kind of mirroring each other there, getting that vision across the ridge. But Big Num, kind of dark horse. There's Bambi. But in the jungle, still yet to see exactly what she brings to the table as they go into Keanu again. The orb keeps flying, the charge is on to RMN, but Tron isn't giving this one up. Keanu's being chased deeper into these trees, while Big Num comes in from the west. Enchantress might be able to find consolation kill. Keanu saves himself with a fairy fire, but Yol's not done. The dagger flies and Yol gets the first blood. But Big Num, he'll trade this off, get the Yol kill on that vengeful spirit. Quick though. These brown boots definitely helping out the Venge, getting a little bit further away from Big Num than maybe he expected. He'll deny himself to this tower, just try and get as far away as he possibly can from the OD and Spirit Breaker, as not to give away too much gold.
Yeah, that was kind of unfortunate for Keanu. I think he could have ate a tango to the right and bought time, but you could tell that, like the pathing, he was getting frustrated by the pathing as he was trying to, you know, somehow make it out of there alive.
RMN with the efficiency play denies himself to Roche. One great thing here for Power Rangers is, of course, the way we're looking at this is up at top lane. Oh god, Arise. Whew, that was close. But yeah, my point. Up at top lane, Cheshire Cat, this offlane Night Stalker, he's getting a lot more out of this lane than you'd expect from a Night Stalker to do ordinarily. So Brown Boots, Quelling Blade, Stout Shield, he's going to be able to tank up against these little treants. But he's also getting a fair amount of last hits. Fair enough, Ghost Stick is 13-6, but 11-1 Night Stalker. This is going to be fast phase boots or treads, quick into the, you know, urn or drums, whatever he decides to go for. You're not going to see the poor Quelling Blade into the Iron Talon.
Over at mid.
Arise, is he caught with a stun from Yol? They're going to trap him in, but he's tanky with the poor man shield, and the damage output not quite good enough from Tornado.RoX.
Yeah, even as the Venge was completely flanking Arise, I thought poor man shield Ember Spirit is really hard to kill with these heroes. And yeah, I think the Flame Guard also absorbed a lot of the stun damage from Venge.
So yeah, you don't need the Iron Talon on this Night Stalker. You can just farm yourself into your bigger items a little bit quicker. What do you think he aims for?
Other than Ags, you mean, as a starting item?
Like primarily, do you go for the urn, the drums? Do you think about Midas even?
I don't think he should go Midas unless like he gets a solo kill at the 4-minute. It's gonna be nighttime in 10 seconds, and we'll see what he's gonna do. Because
yeah, they've got the Venge and the bash from J4. Gonna try and kill him off, but the stick charges keep Yol alive. He's barely surviving. The Dark Troll can't get in range to finish him off. This Astral though puts RMN in a sticky situation, being body blocked up here by Big Num, and I'll finish him off with the Arcane Orbs and final little spear thrown out by Bambi. This Enchantress is making this bot lane a living hell for the dire side.
Oh, PA versus Spirit Breaker.
And you got the Orb of Venom, like you said. Dagger. Oh my god, that dagger's slow. Does it apply to the melee slow?
Yeah. It's super annoying. I mean, it also does a lot of damage too. 12 damage is nothing to scoff at.
Oh.
Night Stalker is in an awkward position because it is nighttime, but he's too low to really make rotations. So he has to make a trip home. But obviously, this is a solo lane where he can get a lot of EXP, so...
Solo for too long, he's not going to be in a 1v1 as this smoke wrap from Yol and RMN.
Yeah, he's gonna Sprout and then Cheshire Cat has to be really fast on the Quelling Blade.
They've misplayed this a bit. Yol, they tried to go for the concussive shot into the stun, but I think you're right, they should have started with a Sprout.
Yeah, I mean, this is BZZ.
Looks like he got out some trouble, but Ghost Stick, the deep TP, J4 is going to get sprouted up. The stick charges barely keep him alive, and they didn't go for the full commit. J4 can now charge away, and Ghost Stick is not going to finish him. Barely tickles the little Spirit Breaker to death. But one final right click out as bottom lane. Tron astraled up. Trap on the stun as well from the Troll and Centaur. They'll actually connect with the stun first and trap him secondarily. Kiana's run out of mana though, and this evasion from Tron is working out wonders. He's going to juke himself into the trees, and they've barely just managed to finish him off. Enchantress, this is just a match of inches. Heroes surviving and dying, barely scraping through by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, I'm surprised this lane is... I guess the Enchantress is such a strong laner that this aggro wasn't going to last forever. It's almost like the OD, and when you first mentioned the Spirit Breaker rotating to kind of be the shield for Keanu, there's not much he can do, especially at level 1. I mean, his charge isn't going to stun multiple targets. But then they were just buying time and waiting for the Enchantress to be able to walk over, and now nobody wants to play with this.
That's not how you do it. You might be able to get the kill, but BTC jumps across, but not far enough. The Paraplier into Nature's Wrath. Tornado.RoX again and again, Heen. It's just so freaking tight.
Yeah, this is some crazy laning action right here. 6 minutes, 7 minutes, but a kill per minute basically. I'm interested to see how the Night Stalker is going to transition out of. I mean, he's already between the tier 2 and tier 3.
Spirit Breaker. Is he going to be able to charge himself away from this? He's holding onto the stick. Keeps him alive, and the TP from Arise jumps forward to the remnant. Ooh, Tron RMN caught out.
Nice.
Died, hits the flame guard. Arise, great TP rotation. They won't kill off J4 because the bottle from Arise keeps him alive, and now they're going to go for more. The stun back onto the Ember Spirit. He's looking for the chains, but he doesn't have Sleight of Fist. And Arise, after that death in middle lane, he had bloodthirst. He was hungry.
Yeah, that was a really nice combo. There's sort of a bit of luck that he got the Searing Chains on the 2 heroes instead of any of like the useless creeps. But yeah, Cheshire Cat, I guess the night's over, so there's not much to expect from Cheshire Cat. It's already 8 minutes. But the laning phase is kind of like both teams are reverting back to the standard lanes. PA doesn't want a part of this OD Enchantress lane.
Arise the charge into BZZ. He's got an Orban of Facia, but these stuns and bashes from J4. Cheshire Cat came in and helped out a little bit as well. He's gone on the hunt for Ghost Stick. He's got his brown boots and his nice little urn, the TP away. There's no void from Ghost Stick. He'll get himself out.
Yeah, so it just looks like Cheshire Cat was roaming around because RoX reverted back to the tri-lane, the safe lane. And he's basically playing more like an offlaner now, just roaming around. He has good levels. Level 8 at 8 minutes is simply... that's amazing for a Night Stalker. Granted, he did get the solo lane, but still, I assumed he roamed around a lot, so he was going to be a bit low on the levels.
Oh, Yol tanks the gank. This should be a simple kill. Charge, impetus shot, Signum. Able to secure it up. Himself a killing spree. As Power Rangers 7-3. Looking incredibly potent in this game so far. Gonna steal up another creep, and this roaming Enchantress destroying people. And yeah, you're right, Cheshire Cat He's level 8 at 8 minutes, and I think it's not only good for an offlaner, but for anyone in this game. He's, you know, topping this level board pretty much. While the amount of pressure that PR have applied in these other lanes, look at how much space they've given to this OD. The trouble with space, though, is if you overextend like this and dive behind a tier 1 tower, you're gonna find yourself in a little bit of trouble. Chance comes through on the Ghost Stick, and Kiana wants to try and fight this through, but the TP's in. BZZ's here with a double Dream Coil, and they'll finish this up and clear them out. One by one, Power Rangers, overzealous, and a little bit too antsy there to get a kill.
Yeah, I thought that was... Oh, wow. Nice. A solo kill on a PA.
Was that a 1v1?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I mean, it makes sense. He's super high level and he had earned charges. PA is not going to be able to withstand that kind of nukes damage. But yeah, at bottom, I thought the Spirit Perker charging in. He started charging from between the tier 1 and tier 2 mid. So I thought, that's way too, I don't know, bold. Like, you're giving them a 10-second warning that you're charging here. And once you cross that Ancients area, you're kind of really committed in deep. Oh, yo.
That was almost beautiful. That was almost the work of art from Power Rangers. Like, yeah, they got the kill fair enough, but if you didn't see it, what they did was they charged and they astral, and it was, I don't know, 0.2 seconds away from being the charge, from having the charge landing as the astral ended. Something that can really start to plan around now. I've never thought about that interaction, but you know, charging in, astraling them up, and just having that charge actually connect the astral ends. See some big old combos come through.
Helm of Iron Will on the Night Stalker, so something, you know, other than usual, not the point booster start. So that's gonna be an armlet probably. Alright, thought it though.
The Dream Coil BZZ comes in again. J4!
Oh man.
Unfortunate. Yep, get taken down, but the remnant damage alright!
Oh.
He kills off one, looks for two, Yol's taken out. And Tornado.RoX, time to retreat. Cheshire Cat's a hungry monster looking for more kills. Our man hides over to the trees. That just happened all so quickly.
Yeah, I really like the pace of this game. Neither side is backing down and it's really back and forth.
How are we looking overall? Like 2 million net worth lead for Power Rangers being diminished slowly but surely here for Tornado.RoX. I don't know, Power Rangers being allowed to get this farm on heroes like Ember Spirit is kind of spooky.
I'm a bit worried for the PA because the laning stage was not good for her, and so far the transition out of the laning stage hasn't been so good for her either. And she's gonna have to commit to some kind of fighting build instead of, like, you know, the Battle Fury to get super farm and get backslotted at 35 minutes kind of thing. But will it really stand up to Power Rangers heroes? Sure, she has evasion, but she's still gonna be pretty squishy.
Rise goes back into that bracer to tank himself up. Cheshire Cat, what are you doing? Cutting through trees, making little nooks and crannies for himself. Armlet is being built up, like you said. Gloves of Haste, Helm of Iron Will, already purchased for him. So he's going to be an absolute monster going up against this, you know, Scarith Mage, Vengeful Spirit. Something very key you said in the drafting phase was these are all squishy heroes. They've got a lot of nuke damage between them, but actually having that sustained DPS when a lot of your cells are just dumped onto one hero at a time. You know, Puck goes in, waiting for Delusional Roll Dream Coil, you try and get the big AoE, but Venge and Scarith, they're relatively
solid right now.
Single focus.
Right now, I think Power Rangers are very aware of this smoke rotation.
Oh yeah, they 100% know.
Yeah, because of,
Orb comes through the charge, over on the RMN, deep behind enemy line, they'll kill off Yol on the front, and he's taken down easily. J4 nearly died, but the Astral saves him. The Scarith ulti gonna whiff completely as a Rise once more. You can get another chains out here on RMN. They've saved the Puck, kept everyone else alive, but these two supports for Tornado.RoX, they're just dropping time and time again.
Oh, another charge. What?
Switching to BT. The phase shift is used, they're going to come in from the side as well. Nice Storm is ready to fight the Orb at the high ground, but he doesn't know. Cheshire Cat is ready and waiting.
I'm
Perfect.
super surprised that like he wasn't even going for the puck. He changed his mind after puck didn't phase shift out of the charge.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
so unexpected mistake from BZZ.
14-7. Power Rangers bossing this game. Dragon Lance up on your 4-roll Enchantress already. Armor is just completed for Cheshire Cat, and with that Ice Ogre giving armor to him, J4 charge away, get himself back to safety, but Yol and Tron taking so much damage. The Eclipse misses.
Oh, he
Yol
dodged.
didn't land it. He jumps himself back to safety, but Yol, the impetus now is just too much. Tron will take over to the urn and a final shot of the Bambi, but Yol, can you survive? Can you run from the Hunter? No, you cannot.
He
Urn
is so dead.
takes him down. Now,
BZZ?
problems for BZZ.
Radiant's top tower
Problems
is under attack.
of an ugly Night Stalker kind. He'll orb and silence and jump and jaunt. But I don't think there's any escape from this. Cheshire Cat's got his number. The armlet's up, quelling blades through the trees. And
Yeah.
BZZ, my goodness. 6-0-3 on this lovely.
Oh, if he TP's out of this armor. Oh.
Sprout misses and Yol doesn't have swap.
Bing them!
Level 5, but look at Big Numb trapping him in with that creep. The melee armor toggle for Cheshire Cat keeps himself alive. Yes, it will, but the tree entraps him in. He's gonna run and hide, get himself away. Tornado.RoX, they're not committing. There's 5 heroes here for Power Rangers, all looping into this tier 2 down the bottom lane of the chart.
And where's J4 going? Oh, wow. That was really like pretty subtle. Like he charged in, just canceled it and put a ward. They're never gonna suspect that.
Dire's
You'll never
bottom
know what
tower
I did.
is under attack.
Warding deep in your base. Treads drums for a rise. I've not seen this build in quite some time.
Yeah, but it's a mid ember, so
Cheshire Cat, no! This isn't legal! This is not legal! He'll try and armor toggle himself through this, but he finally gets stunned, and Vengeful Spirit will take the kill. Nice chunk of 862 gold. Going the way of your revenge.
yeah. At least it didn't go to the puck. That would have been an instant blink dagger.
Or the PA. PA is 0-4 and 2, so far behind.
Yeah, but I think the blink dagger on puck's gonna be more impactful than the PA. PA is still. I mean, what can she really buy with 800 gold?
More stats, more lives. Something that keeps her alive when the Night Stalker runs at her. Well, for now, Power Rangers, a little bit of a lull in their aggressive play. This is allowing Tornado.RoX to farm up a little bit more. 100 gold off the blink for BZZ, like we were kind of looking at. Ghost Stick, Phase Drums. More of the early game pressure build that we've been seeing a lot of. Skip the Midas just because the game hasn't been going particularly well for himself. But the Orchid is being built up to try and deal with the rise, get that silence out. Make sure he doesn't have the mobility that he's been showing off and really giving them a hard time in these team fights.
Yeah, so Ghost Stick's gonna go for the Orchid, I presume. So that means Arise is probably gonna get a Manta or even Yules maybe. The Sumail way. Well, there's been so little farming that it's hard to see what kind of item progression the players are thinking. The OD picked up the booster a while ago, so it was pretty obvious that he was going to go for ATOS.
So spooky. Oh, BZZ has his blink. He's not going to be able to jump forward though. Doesn't get the chance and a charge back. This might be a fight. Oh, Power Rangers can't look for that. Too many heroes down the bottom lane. But we saw the Spirit Breaker charge top onto the Nature's Prophet. And the Furion just spammed pings on his tower. Just in case the charge was going to commit, just in case Power Rangers were ready to fight. Tornado.RoX are so far on the back foot that they are absolutely paranoid about who's chasing them.
Oh, they smoked. They might have a pretty good idea that they smoked. They just passed this Radiant Ward deep in where J4 planted it. And yeah, Arise has the Invis. I'm not sure if he did it knowingly, like knowing that there was a high chance that rocks were smoked, but the smokes aren't going so well for rocks this game.
Definitely not. We do see the Night Stalker actually head back into the Midas. So Armlet treads Urn back into the Midas. I mean, usually we see it, to get himself faster to level 11 when the game isn't going particularly well.
Yeah.
To try and, not necessarily catch up, but to boost his experience a little bit and consolidate what he does have.
Oh, level 16 is also pretty big for Night Stalker. It's like a, what is it, 70-second downtime to 30 seconds. So it's almost like there's less than half the daytime OR, and then yeah, that's really rough.
That replenishes the urn back up. I love it when it does that. You know, you have one urn charge left, you get a kill, boosts up to 2. You get so happy from it. So happy. Maybe I'm just a nerd. No. Race it up on the courier. Hang on a second. Mr. Ancient, leave that courier alone.
Oh, what? What the?
Where are you going? Blinks himself away. Spooky stuff, but the slide chains the remnants forward. The face shift is there. Drinkfall back, orb himself out, but not in time. J4 was ready with a charge, and Tornado.RoX, they couldn't save the dainty little puck. Not even with a swap from Yol.
Yeah, I feel like just now the puck play was sort of like he brought it onto himself, that he orbed onto the other side of the river, and I think he was surprised as well.
Tower is under attack.
We haven't, yeah. We've seen what Power Rangers lineup is capable of, but we haven't seen much of the true synergy from RoX.
Alright, silent stop. Good play by RMN. Gonna keep himself alive for now. Amber with a DD rune is definitely a sight to behold, as Radiant's courier actually sniped out there. I'm guessing by the Nature's Prophet. Ghost Stick is back in base. And that's majority of his Orchid done. That was an Ogre Club on the Stout Shield. Oh my god, mid lane J4. What are you doing in the middle of the battle? But the Sandy's Eclipse clears up the pot. Ember Spirit to want to get the kill with the remnants of those searing chains. But just look at this OD go. 5 seconds, so he's got that cripple up again for the run of Atos, but Tron is running himself back, trying to hide in the trees, but he can't run from this Cheshire Cat. Night Stalker armor through with a void to cancel, and that's another juicy kill on a PA. Doesn't deny herself to the neutrals. Golem was giving her a good old crack, but this will transition nicely into Roshan.
This is kind of what I was talking about when I talked about like these manly heroes, scary heroes, and it's kind of been the theme for the past few days. It's a tendency that I notice when one team's lineup has like either one frontliner or they basically don't have a frontliner. They just have to go on the offensive, like the best offense is the best defense. And like this, look at this lineup, it's so scary. Like once you realize that you're losing team fights, it's too late to go back. You're gonna get charged down. There's a Night Stalker, there's an Ember Spirit. How do you run? And there's even an OD who has ATOS, so he's gonna slow you from like the 2 screens away.
Rise has just finished his Battle Fury. 22 minutes.
Yeah.
5, 1, and 6.
In this kind of game, he doesn't really have to respect the silence so much because they're so much more farmed and have so much more levels on them.
What Ghost Stick actually does with this Orchid, he's picked himself up. The trouble is, there are so many difficult kills. You know, we're speaking about these tanky heroes like the Night Stalker, the Spirit Breaker. They're definitely not the easiest pickoffs. Enchantress, again, not an easy target to go for as Ghost Stick. Then you've got OD with an Aegis, and Arise having 1400 HP with his Drum Strength Treads. Yes, soon he'll have that Manta style you were mentioning. Who can the Nature's Prophet actually target?
Like you mentioned, they aren't very good Orchid targets. Spirit Breaker and Night Stalker, not the best Orchid targets. Oh, Cheshire Cat. I mean, what is this? Like, there's a Night Stalker in the Dire Jungle, and the Dire Jungle was like, there were 4 dire heroes in it, and as soon as Venge starts dying, their first reaction is to run.
Nature's Prophet started TPing and then realized, fuck that, I'm not going in here. Spooky stuff. As he's got a BKB done, Cheshire Cat is going to be nearly untouchable. Just look at him, standing up on the front lines, dropping his items, BM galore. He's going to get sprouted up here and damaged a little bit out by Ghost and the daggers flying from Tron.
Fighters.
But I don't know, how can they even touch him? And Arise has a remnant mid to jump to as well. This might be a bait. BZZ Dream Call doesn't snap it. Cheshire Cat quick on turn to fight. The silence of the Eclipse will take down the puck. But J4 cannot get the Nether Strike down with the Rise going here. WePlay tap out and say we're done. You've beaten us fair and square 29-9. And Power Rangers, what a game.
Am I jinxing these games because it's almost like every time I say it's like pretty back and forth. The game just goes on like a super. The graph goes crazy and people start dying only on one team, and yeah, it's sort of the kind of game I expected if Power Rangers started taking map control and they got some momentum rolling. It's just scary.